Today on Forbes, perfect streaks. These 11 billionaires have never missed the Forbes 400 list. Over the 43 years that Forbes has published the Forbes 400, a total of 1,739 moguls, heirs, and celebrities have made the ranking of America's richest people. Economic booms, busts, good old-fashioned competition, and, of course, Father Time, have ensured that the list has never featured the exact same 400 people 2 years in a row. A few flashes in the pan only make the grade for a year. Many others spend a decade or two in the ranks before dropping off or passing away. But a lucky few, the legendary 11, have had staying power, managing to earn a spot on the Forbes 400 every year since its 1982 inception. In all, they are worth an estimated $342.3 billion today, up from $3.8 billion all the way back in 1982 when they first appeared on Forbes' ranking. That $3.8 billion in 1982 is equivalent to $12.2 billion in today's dollars. This means they have grown their wealth by some 8,900%, more than double the 4,200% growth of the S&P 500. The average age of the 11 is 88 years old. When Forbes first published the Forbes 400, Warren Buffett was the 52-year-old chairman of a $1.5 billion in assets Berkshire Hathaway. Back then, Forbes wrote, quote, "Lives modestly, estimated net worth $250 million." 4 decades later, Berkshire's assets have surpassed $1 trillion, and Buffett is the 5th richest person in America, and the wealthiest billionaire streaker never to miss the Forbes 400. His $150 billion net worth is 187 times his 1982 stash, even after adjusting for inflation. He'd be even richer but for the fact that he's also America's most generous philanthropist. Only 4 of the 11 are self-made. In addition to Buffett, 2 retail and fashion tycoons earned their way onto the lists thanks to their world-renowned brands, Nike's Phil Knight and Lex Wexner, the disgraced L Brands founder behind Victoria's Secret and Bath & Body Works. The 4th self-made icon is Donald Bren, the richest real estate developer in the nation, whose Irvine company owns 129 million square feet of real estate, mostly in Southern California. The remaining 7 all got started with substantial help from their families, though all but one were able to turn millions into billions. Among them, the 17th richest person in America, Charles Koch, Leonard and Ron Lauder, sons of Estee Lauder, and media giant Donald Newhouse, whose family has investments in Condé Nast, Warner Brothers Discovery, and social news site Reddit. 4 other members of the inaugural 1982 ranking made the list in 2024, but fell off at least once along the way. Star Wars billionaire George Lucas dropped off in 1983 due to a divorce settlement, but rejoined in 1996 during the planning stage of the franchise's prequel trilogy. Former President Donald Trump disappeared from the ranks amid his 1990s bankruptcies, and again in 2021 and 2023, but is back among the top 400 this year, thanks largely to his Truth Social platform. Oil heir Sid Bass didn't make the cut in 2021, while FedEx founder Fred Smith spent a total of 6 years off the list. Many of the original 1982 Forbes 400 listees have since died. That includes comedian Bob Hope, who died in 2003, and had only made the list once, mobster Meyer Lansky, who died in 1983, Steve Jobs, who died in 2011, and shipping tycoon Daniel Ludwig, who died in 1992. Ludwig was the richest person in America in 1982, worth $2 billion, or $6.4 billion in today's dollars. Others who made the original minimum net worth of $100 million, which is the equivalent to $320 million today, including musician Yoko Ono and heir Timothy Mellon, have either transferred their fortunes to heirs or were simply overtaken in worth by the likes of tech moguls, social media stars, and crypto bulls. For full coverage, and to see the whole 2024 Forbes 400 list, which we released last week, check out Sarah Young's piece on Forbes.com. This is Kieran Meadows from Forbes. Thanks for tuning in.